Hey guys, welcome back to my channel Precise Book Reviews. If you have not yet subscribed to this channel, then please do so right now so that you do not miss any of my latest videos on interesting books and their reviews. First, let us address the elephant in the room, and that is my glasses. These are not numbered and they are called as blue lens glasses, which basically helps you when you're working on your laptop or are on your mobile phone during the night, as it helps to protect you from the harmful blue light and UV light that is emitted by them. Basically, these blue light and UV light can hamper your sleeping cycle. Thanks to IntelliLens for this perfect product. In today's episode, I will review the books that I read in the month of July. Normally, I try to keep pace with 5 books a month, but this time I fell a little back on my target and I could read only 4. Some of these books which I read are old and some are pretty new. There were a lot of books on my shelf which I felt needed attention, as I have not read them since I bought them. So, I picked up some of them, and let me tell you, it was a revelation. In today's episode, I will only discuss 2 books, and in the part 2 of this video, I will take up the next 2. Links to buy these books are in the description below. So, let us directly now dive into the review. The first book with which I started this month was An Extraordinary Life of Manohar Parrikar by Sadhguru Patil and Mayabhushan Nagvenkar. This book was published in the month of March and it has been on my reading list ever since. I am a big fan of Manohar Parrikar and had been following his political journey with awe. He has had an inspiring journey and rise in politics. From the son of a grocery store owner in a small town in Goa to becoming a Sangh Chalak in Mapusa, an opposition MLA, a chief minister on multiple occasions, and finally a defense minister. He definitely was a gifted personality, and I also followed him because of the fact that he comes from the Gaud Saraswat Brahmin background, which I also belong to. It's a very small but closely knit community, and the people from this community needed a representation on the political stage. The people from this community were known before for being in banking, education and entertainment industry as well, but never much into politics. So, obviously, with a degree from IIT, his relatives would have envisioned Manohar Parrikar in a bank or as an educationist, but he chose politics, which in itself is extraordinary. So, coming back to this book, the authors trace the journey of the last 2 decades of Manohar Parrikar ji, and frankly, I was disappointed reading this book, as there is nothing new to inform its readers. All the news are already in the public domain and feels like a compilation of a lot of things. Many of them are repeated in chapters, which is a little annoying. Definitely, I would have not wanted the book to be one-sided, but once you read it, you feel that the criticism was very harsh and the achievement were not given much explanations in the chapters. I feel an extraordinary man like Parrikar ji deserved a much better book. The second book that I picked up this month was Men Without Women by Haruki Murakami. This has been on my shelf since 2 years and I have never read a Murakami. So this time I really had the mindset of being on a reading spree. So I picked this and I don't regret my decision. This book is a collection of 7 short stories which talks about loneliness and men who have been pained by the opposite gender. All the stories are quite moving, and I loved the way the author likes to provide detail to every character and each scene. All the stories feels complete which is really an art in writing short stories. You may not like the ending of all the stories, but you will definitely be hooked onto it. There is a subtle message within each story. This is a book which I feel should not be read in a single sitting and should be read one story at a time over a cup of coffee or tea, mainly so that you get some time between the transitions of stories. So, if you have never read a Murakami, then you can start with this to get accustomed to the flow of language. I would have loved to have this book when I'm on a flight and traveling, as this book really soothes you. So, that's it for today's episode. Let me know what you feel about these books and wait for the part 2, because the books in part 2 are non-fiction crime and fictional thriller, and both these books deserve a 5-star. If you liked this video, then hit the like button and share it with your friends.